Prosecutors in New York filed a motion yesterday requesting that 3 of R.Kelly's accusers be given fake names or the ability to use only their first names when they testify in August. And the Jane Hoes that they want to protect are Jane Ho number 2, Jane Ho number 3, and Jane Ho number 5. Jane Ho number 2 and Jane Ho number 3 have never spoken publicly about R. Kelly, but Jane Ho number 5, as we all know, is Azriel. And she has spoken publicly several times, bashing R. Kelly. You know, she tore up the Versace coat. She cut it up on Instagram. She has done a lot of foolishness, and she's made diss records about R. Kelly. So I don't understand why she needs a fake name all of a sudden. But apparently, those 3 Jane Hoes do not want to testify. So Jane Ho number 2, Jane Ho number 3, and Jane Ho number 5 do not want to testify. So that's why the government is bending over backwards to try to make them comfortable so that they show up to court and tell more lies on R. Kelly. You know, last week the judge said that there would be no cameras in the courtroom, no media in the courtroom, no audio going out to the other courtroom so that the media can listen. She wants it completely closed off, and the only people allowed in the trial are the people who are directly involved in the trial. And the media is not happy. The media has been filing all sorts of complaints, you know, saying that they have a right to public access. But they really want those 3 Jane Hoes to testify. So now they're asking for them to be able to testify using fake names. And I think the judge is going to grant it because she has granted all of the other motions that the prosecution has asked for. My thing is, why is it that only Jane Ho number 2, Jane Ho number 3, and Jane Ho number 5 are going to be getting fake names? Jane Ho number 4, who is Jerronda Pace, and Jane Ho number 6, who is Faith Rogers, are not going to be getting fake names. So why didn't the government, why didn't the prosecutors request for everybody to use a fake name? Is it because Jerronda and Faith are willing to testify, and Azriel and the other 2 Jane Hoes do not want to testify? Because it doesn't make any sense. If you're going to have 3 using fake names, then all of them should use fake names. The only one who can't use a fake name is Jane Doe number 1. And Jane Doe number 1, as you know, is our beautiful, dearly departed Aaliyah. And she did not ask to be a part of this indictment because she's no longer with us and she's in heaven. Her parents, well, her mother was very angry when she found out that Aaliyah was going to be involved in this indictment, because if y'all remember, Aaliyah's mother has never bashed R. Kelly, and she has never accused R. Kelly of anything. She says Aaliyah and R. Kelly never had a relationship. That's what Aaliyah's mother is saying to this day. So she is denying the whole thing, and a lot of people say, oh, she's always protecting R. Kelly because, you know, the money and, you know, Aaliyah's royalties is tied to R. Kelly's royalties and all of that. But I don't think so, you know. I don't think it's protecting R. Kelly. I just don't believe R. Kelly did anything wrong. But let's say he married Aaliyah. The statute of limitations on that ran out 20 years ago. Him and Aaliyah allegedly got married 25 years ago. The statute of limitations ran out on that 20 years ago. So the fact that they're bringing Aaliyah into this is just a tactic to gain sympathy from the jury, because these Jane Hoes are so disgusting that they say, you know what, we got to bring in the beautiful Aaliyah, and maybe the jury will feel sorry for Aaliyah and convict R. Kelly based on Aaliyah. That's why Aaliyah's in this. Because I've never heard of somebody being deceased who has never filed charges against the defendants being put into a criminal complaint. The feds have overstepped their boundaries. They have gone out of their way to do everything in their power to see if they can secure a conviction, but it's not going to work. Because if I'm on a jury and I find out, wait, you got a dead person in the indictment that never requested to be in the indictment, that never spoke bad about R.Kelly while she was alive, always had wonderful things to say, never said a bad word publicly, never pressed charges, never accused him of a crime. She's been dead for over, Aaliyah been dead 20 years now, right? Yeah, 19, 20 years. Aaliyah been dead 20 years. Why is she in this thing? It's disrespectful. So I hope the jury is disgusted with the federal government for bringing in Aaliyah. You know, she never should have been involved in this. The statute of limitations on that alleged marriage ran out 20 years ago. So it's no reason, even if R. Kelly did marry Aaliyah, for them to bring her in. But anyway, back to the Jane Hoes. I don't know if Deronda is going to testify, because they saying that she's pregnant, you know, and she's due in August, so she won't be able to fly. So Deronda might not be showing up. I don't know if Faith is going to show up. Faith seems like she's anxious to testify, you know, but I don't understand why, you know. I mean, you're not a victim, you know. You chose to have sex with R. Kelly. It was a relationship. It didn't work out. Move on, you know. And that ex-boyfriend is saying that she gave him herpes, you know. So I hope that Nicole has that ex-boyfriend come in to testify to say that Faith give him herpes before, you know, she met R. Kelly, that he had that herpes before. So that would prove that R. Kelly didn't give her herpes, and he'll be acquitted on that. But I don't know if they went that far. You know, I don't know how prepared these lawyers are. You know what I mean? What do y'all think about them using fake names? Do y'all think it's fair that the prosecutors only asked for fake names for 3 of the accusers? Jane Ho number 2, Jane Ho number 3, and Jane Ho number 5. Jane Ho number 5, Azriel, has been the most outspoken accuser. You know, Geronda Pace has been quiet for a while, but Azriel has been the most outspoken accuser. So I don't understand why she needs a fake name. God bless R. Kelly. I call everybody Jane Hoes except for Aaliyah. Everybody is a Jane Ho except for Aaliyah. What other motion do you think the prosecution is going to file next? What other motion? They might say they don't want R. Kelly in the room while the women are testifying. I think that's going to be the next motion, because the accusers are scared of him and they don't want to testify in front of R. Kelly. So they're going to ask for him to be removed from the room while they testify. Anything to make R. Kelly look like this big mafia type of boss, you know, so the jury could say, oh my God, the women have to testify anonymously and fake names. Oh my God, he must be a dangerous guy. We got to convict. But I hope the jury doesn't fall for it, you know. Anyway, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. Fuck the feds and fuck anybody who don't like R. Kelly.